called as harmony in relationships. And in that topic, one of the topic what Gurudev has taken is what makes forever relationship. And in that we were discussing about purpose of marriage and quality, one quality required to get married. So suppose one quality is asked, many qualities are written. I hope you have written nice summary written by Vidya, Bobby, they are sending. So many qualities we listed down last time, but what is the most important quality required is understanding, adjustment, and adaptability. These three or one quality, whatever we say, is the key for successful and happy marriage. All other qualities are required, but these are the primary qualities required. If these three are there, then the marriage can be a journey which is where there can be harmony. And that was taught to earlier people where they used to get married without knowing each other, because the purpose of marriage was different for them and the qualities they had already developed before marriage, and they were taught that this is a quality which will require to get through this particular process. Also, we saw that if we actually closely look into the Shata Sampatti, which is one of the part of Sadhana Chatushtaya, this marriage is the best project to develop these qualities. Titiksha, Samadhan, Shama, Dama, Shraddha. And these are tested time and again. Control of mind, control of senses, faith on the higher. So, any questions before we go ahead? Because marriage is a very interesting, very interesting topic, controversial topic to discuss. If anyone has any questions, they can ask before we go into the next sutra. So what is the purpose of marriage? Again, to revise, two things are important. Why do we marry, or why do we work in life? Today also is an Indian oil company here. They have come, top seniors. I was asking them these two questions. Most of them were not having clarity like all of us. We were not having clarity before marriage. But at least now we are learning from the scriptures, because purpose and quality both must be clear. So what is the purpose of marriage? We discussed. Primary purpose is very important. Means, marriage is a means. It is a samskar to attain ultimate goal. Once that is clear in our mind, every moment I will use to reach the ultimate goal. It is not the goal, it is the means. It is a samskar, like 16 samskars. Every moment I will use to purify myself and outgrow. I will create more and more sweetness rather than bitterness through the process. And for that, how the other person is, how the whole thing is happening is not very important. Whether I am growing, whether I am outgrowing, whether I am purifying myself, whether I am becoming sweeter and sweeter, whether I am becoming more meditative, whether I am becoming less attached, whether I am becoming more, less insistence and resistance in the bosom, then I am growing in marriage. And then the purpose is getting accomplished. Whether my love towards God is increasing, whether my love towards self is increasing, whether my love towards Shastra is increasing, whether I am growing in happiness, that is very important to ask every day, every year. And that can only happen if my purpose of life is clear to me. Any other purpose other than this primary purpose, it is going to create lot of attachment, lot of rona dhona, a lot of loss after something is lost, and too much of insistence, resistance, problems, suffering, sorrow. So before marriage, we think of having more happiness, so we get married. But then whether it becomes reality or no, that is our job, our resolution. What is the secondary? Progeny, sharing knowledge, developing service attitude. This was given in Taittiriya Upanishad. What is the tertiary, which all of us normally most of the time would think and tell, which is worldly, is companionship, security, enjoyment, need, fulfillment, social pressures. So now we are very clear that there is a tertiary purpose, secondary purpose, and primary purpose. Now, very importantly, as Guruji has given one Mahavakya, that all three must be in congruence. If my primary purpose is not in tune with secondary, secondary is not in tune with tertiary, then the whole thing will go for a toss. Then this companionship, security, enjoyment will become attachment and more attachment. And this will create more problems, and this will create more sorrow and suffering, and more fighting and less harmony. More disturbance. So every moment what I'm doing in my married life, the goal must be important to remember that it is done for my self-purification. Like all the time we have to remind ourselves that I am doing Chinmaya Mission work, I am doing any other social service work for my own Chitta Shuddhi. Not that Chinmaya Mission wants it. Organization doesn't want us. World doesn't want us. Suppose tomorrow we disappear from this planet. How many people will remember for how long time? And even they are permanent, how long they will remain on this planet? How many people when Ramakrishna Paramahansa and Vivekananda were there, do we know? Other than these two vibhutis. We don't know anything. So the congruence part is the most important part. If the congruence part is not clear, if the purpose of marriage is not clear, as Swami Swatmananji says, then we get disappointed, dejected, frustrated, irritated, angry by every small failure or loss of expectation. Small thing disturbs us, and that will be the law. So how long we should get disturbed and to what degree we get disturbed depends upon the clarity of the quality and the clarity on the purpose. So this is a very important point for householders, because most of us who are listening are householders. We are not monks yet. What is the purpose of work? Because those people who do not, maybe some people say, I am not married, but I work for earning. So what is the purpose of job and business must be extremely clear. Primary, to grow in service attitude. I tell people that you are working for yourself, and the money what you are getting from the company, then you should serve the company. Like all defense people say, I am in service. All corporate people say, I am in job. Huge difference in attitude. I am doing some job for some money. And defense people say, I am in service of the nation. I am in service of the organization. So this service attitude must grow while earning money. Money earning is not bad. But whether I am serving also with that attitude, as Guruji says, Karma Yoga is basically attitude yoga, not action yoga. What action I am doing is not important. With what attitude I am doing, the action is very important. Learn through success and failures is one other objective, purpose. There are some people who go for suicide if one promotion is not happening. If somebody says something in the organization, somebody insults me, my whole 1 month is gone. I leave the job because I don't get along with people. So actually, job is a very interesting area where I learn how to deal with different kinds of people, how to follow instruction from the boss, how to overcome dislikes, because I don't like to do certain things which I have to do in the job because I get paid for it. Secondary, money, designation, power, fame are byproducts. So if secondary becomes primary, then there is a problem. In marriage also, in job also. When my wants become needs, there is a problem. What is the purpose of life? Now, all these three must fall in congruence. So that's the reason we have taken all three, so that there is harmony in relationships with all. So what is the purpose of marriage? This. What is the purpose of job? This. What is the purpose of life? Primary purpose is attaining goal of life, that is permanent happiness and atyantik dukkha nivrutti, no sorrow. We must not increase in our sorrow day by day, increase in our suffering day by day, increase in cribbing, complaining, blaming day by day, increasing in bitterness day by day, because that's not the purpose of doing a job and getting married. Otherwise, I was happy without both of them. No sorrow. Discovering source of happiness, knowing our real self. And secondary is different experiences, goals in life. Social recognition. So many things I can say as purpose of life that go through different experience. I will travel, I will meet people. And there can be different goals in life, but the goals in life must be congruent with goal of life. So now very important. Purpose of marriage must be in congruence with purpose of business and with purpose of life, job or business. If marriage is not in alignment with purpose of life, then there is a problem. This is where the whole problem happens, that my immediate goal must be in line with my secondary goal, must be in line with my ultimate goal that we have learned from Guruji. So what I am doing as cooking, what I am doing at home as a housewife or as a house husband or as child or as daughter, brother, sister, whatever relationship, or in office as manager, subordinate, peer, that must be in line with purpose of life. So this gives enormous clarity how to do, what to do every moment when we live life, whether I'm growing, whether I'm becoming purer and purer. So that is a completion of the fifth verse, and now we go to the sixth verse. So which, Vidya, can you read? Which says that
yes, sir.
How to look upon others. Yeah.
Atmavallokan pashyena tu tatha bhavayet. Atmavallokan pashyena tu tatha bhavayet.
So one should look upon people as one's own self, but do not consider them to be like oneself. I'll repeat. One should look upon people as one's own self. That is the ultimate realization in Vedanta. The self in me is self in all. But that doesn't mean that I must expect that people must be like me. People must behave like how I behave. People must be, suppose I am a person who, for example, likes, how many people enjoy here Himesh Reshamiya's singing? Himesh Reshamiya. I like him. Himesh Reshamiya. How many people enjoy boxing? I like boxing. When the blood comes from the nose, what a wonderful sight it is. But there are 1,000 people watching. But then this music is bad. That music is good. This sport is bad. This sport is good. But there are people who are there who are watching that. But I hate people who like Himesh Reshamiya. He is too loud and he is too shouting. Some people say, Mahesh Kale, I don't like. He shouts too much. But there are 100 people, 1,000 people go to watch him by paying money. So I desire to be happy, successful, respected, loved, treated fairly and forgiven by all. Yes or no? Similarly, I must make other people happy, other people successful. I must respect others, love others, treat them fairly and forgive all. So that is how Guruji says that though the self in me, self in all is our Brahma Vakya, Mahavakya. But at the same time, our expectations must not be like people should be like me. Especially when there is a generation gap, people say, no, no, in my generation, in our time, this was done, now you are doing this. But then this is a different time. I am also part of this time. Why I expect that my children must behave like me, my grandchildren should behave like me? Not possible. How I treated my father and mother, they should treat me. Not possible. So, very, 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 very important point, because suppose we ask one important question to us that whom do we like in life? We like people who are like us. No, I like only people who are interested in Vedanta. But then if you are a sannyasi, it is good, you can have control. But suppose I am a householder, then I have to deal with all kinds of people. Well, I have to deal with person who hates Vedanta. I have to deal with people who say, no, no, I don't want to talk about God, Brahman, oh, sab chhod do. You talk about this Netflix series. Let us talk about for next half an hour. So much of discussion happens and we hate people, we like people, we love people on what they like. And if it is matching with us, I am my best friend. Who is my best friend? Who has a similar kind of vasana, similar kind of desire, similar kind of hobby, similar kind of traits. Okay, we spend more time with this kind of people. Not that I must not spend, but at the same time, sometimes when we are met with people who are exactly opposite of us, I must be able to enjoy their variety and their presence also. They may enjoy Himesh Reshamya music, they may enjoy Mahesh Kale, they may enjoy non-veg, they may enjoy boxing, they may enjoy soccer, they may enjoy rugby fighting. But they are enjoying, because next verse is going to come, which is extremely important. So verse number 6 says that one should look upon people as oneself, but do not consider like oneself. Verse 7, we'll read because both come together. Why we should not consider other people to be like me? 7th verse.
Yeah. Sukha dukkhadi vishayaka swakalpanam anyasmin naropayet. Sukha dukkhadi vishayaka swakalpanam anyasmin naropayet.
So one should not impose one's ideas of joy and sorrow and so on others. Very, 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 very important. So here very important point to note is that it has been said that one should not impose one's idea of joy and sorrow. Not one should not impose dharma ideas. But what gives me sorrow, what gives me joy, I must not expect that other people will also have sorrow from the same thing where I am getting sorrow from. From one person I am getting happiness, the same person might be a cause of sorrow for another person, cause of irritation for another person. I love somebody, the same person is hated by somebody else. As I was asking this question, how many people like this? So one of the Mahavakya here is that this is the Mahavakya of this verse. Relationship, there is nothing in this world which no one dislikes and everybody likes. There is nothing. Tell me one thing which all 7.7 billion people like and one thing where all 7.7 people don't like. And one interesting statement I heard, which is very interesting and important according to me, that I don't like everybody. So why should everybody like me? There will be some people who might not like my talking, my session, my way of dealing. They might like somebody else. So that is fine. I don't like everybody. So everybody also should not like me. Why? There should be insistence that everybody should like me. Like me means they should appreciate me. They might appreciate somebody else. So there is nothing in this world which no one dislikes. There is, or everybody likes. There is nothing like that. You take God also, And that's the reason we have variety. In other religions, there is no variety only. You have
Sir,
to like
it
or
could be
dislike
which
one God.
everyone dislikes, no?
Hmm?
No one dislikes.
Yeah, so either way, there is nothing in this world which no one dislikes and everybody likes, like both ways. There is nothing which everybody likes and there is nothing which everyone dislikes. There will be some people who will like something what I dislike, and there will be some people who will dislike what I like. There must not be insistence and resistance that my source of joy and sorrow must be same for all, because most of us impose our ideas on other people of joys and sorrows. Everyone likes different things, everyone's views is different, way is different, like dislikes are different, hobbies are different. So whatever we do, people will have different opinions. And there is one mantra also, kuch to log kahenge, KLK law. Whatever you do, if about Ram, Sri Ram and Sita, people have spoken that who we are nobody. When Lord Krishna and Lord Rama people can talk, then who are we? There is one song also, Rajesh Khanna, Sharmila Tagore, कुछ तो लोग कहेंगे, लोगों का काम है कहना, छोड़ो बेकार की बातों में, कहीं बीत ना जाए जीना. Actually, there she says रहना, but our जीना goes. Entire life goes, and we are worried about what will people think about me. What will people say about me? This is the greatest fear humanity has. Mother of all fears is this fear. Mother of all fear, root cause of all fears is what? KLK. KLK law means कुछ तो लोग कहेंगे which I am scared of. Self-image and self-reputation is the highest or deepest fear one person has. And we have to overcome it if we are spiritual seekers. Because we are more interested in what I think about myself and what God thinks about me. Guruji says, Munde Munde Matir Bhinna. Everybody is different. Munde Munde Matir Bhinna means everybody has different opinion. Prakrutir Yanti Bhutani, Bhagavad Gita says, Lord Krishna says, Prakrutir Yanti Bhuta means everybody's Prakriti is different. Because everybody's Prakriti is made up of Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. How can people be same? So, after these words, I must be able to enjoy anybody's presence. That is where the harmony in relationships will be there. No one can irritate me for so long to great degree, because I am able to manage all relationships. So suppose we see what all things are different, gender is different, looks are different, behavior is different, feelings are different, thinking is different, goals is different, like dislikes is different, intentions are different, opinions are different. There is so much of variety. Variety is the spice of life. Why we should expect that people will be like me? Acknowledge, accept the variety and move on in relationships. So from today, we must not say, I don't like this person. I don't like to, but then that particular person now becomes as a neighbor in our, then it is a problem. If that particular person comes as a relative, then there is a problem. That particular person comes as my subordinate boss, peer in the office, then what will I do? And this is where the challenge happens, that we want certain people to work with us. If another person comes to work with us, we don't like it. Then the goal goes out of window, purity goes out of window, purpose of why I'm doing this work goes out of window. Constantly I'm cribbing and complaining about one or two people in life who are irritating me. Why they're irritating? Because they are not like me. Because their thinking is different. Because their feeling is different. Because their behavior is different. Because their like dislikes are different. Because their opinions are different. So the formula is live and let live. Enjoy the presence of each person. Bhagwan himself has made all this variety and all these samples and specimens. I tell people who come for training, for me, every day new people come, new specimen come. That is my interest. Same thing I tell to most of the batches, but people are different. Like for doctors, they say, okay, this body, that body. For us, we should start looking at people as combination of phosphorus, nitrogen, oxygen. From in Gurudev's word, he says it is sometimes very amazing to watch that a bundle of phosphorus, nitrogen, hydrogen, exchanging some noise, and so much significance they attach to that noise, sound what they create. That is how he listens to people. One person, they were listening to one singer, and that singer was going on and on. They were sitting in the temple in Powai. And Gurudev also was there, and somehow that singer was maybe boring, or I do not know. Somebody asked Gurudev, you don't get bored? He told, no, why should I get bored? That sound is coming from that particular person's mouth. It is falling on my eardrum. Then it is going to this area, and I'm listening that how this phosphorus, nitrogen, hydrogen area is creating this sound. I'm unattached. I'm just watching the entire drama. From where he is looking at the whole thing, because that is how we must start developing, dealing with people, then there will be harmony. And this is a law in the Bhagavad Gita, Prakrutim Yanti Bhutani. Important thing is that my own mind is not listening to me. Why should other people's mind listen to me? My own mind is not following my words. So many times I take resolutions, but they are failures. Why other people should follow? One interesting sentence I heard in Hindi. In relationship, there is always and will be matabheda. Matabheda means difference of opinion. Matabheda should not lead to manbheda. Okay, your opinion is different. My opinion is again Lord Krishna. Again and again, those who are reading Bhagavad Gita, we must remember again and again, Lord is saying, even last verse, Sanjay is saying that this is my matir mani. This is my opinion. If you want to take it, take it. If you want to leave it, leave it. But we get so bothered about other people's opinions. Suppose I give some bad word to somebody or say something. That is my opinion about you. I read one interesting statement from one Mahatma or saint. He told, I should not be defined by other people's opinion who don't know themselves. I must define myself. I must not be defined what other people think about me who don't know about themselves. Very interesting statement. I must not be defined by other people's opinion who don't know themselves. When they don't know themselves, how can their opinion be good or right about me? Their opinion can be wrong, will be wrong. So matabhed should not lead to manabhed. We should not, what is the conclusion of this verse? We should not impose our idea of sorrow, joy on others, or else we will become rigid, fanatic, autocratic. My way or highway. This is what happens to us. Suppose we don't follow these laws of Jivan Sutrani. My way, my thinking, everyone thinks that my life is unique. That is another joke. Everyone thinks that my life is unique. How can it be? Okay, if it is unique for me, but not for others. So I must not impose my idea of joy or sorrow on others. That is a matitartha of this particular sutra. There is nothing in this world that no one likes. There is nothing in this world that everyone likes. Now the next verse, Vidya, you have?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
तेभ्यः स्वातन्त्र्यं प्रयच्छेत्. तेभ्यः स्वातन्त्र्यं प्रयच्छेत्.
Once one person asked God, and God also replied, yes. What? He told, what is the difference in your love and my love? You also love and I also love. What is the difference in my love and your love? He told, my love is like that bird in the sky and your love is that bird in the cage. We love people who are in cage, in my cage, because whoever we love, that particular person must listen to me, must be like me, must be in control of me, must be in the cage of my attachment, and then I love this person. I cannot let go that person and love that person because of insecurity and fear. So we hold on, bind that person completely. And then we love this person, saying that, no, but that is a relationship. So God says that my love is like bird in the sky who is completely free. So here, what is the 8th verse, which is the last verse of harmony in relationship? Harmony in relationship is Tebhya, towards them, swatantram, freedom, prayachet, should be given. Give them freedom. This is a very, very important point, because we must give space to each other, especially husband and wife, parents and children who are living together. And we must not bind people with our own ideas of joy and sorrow, our own likes, dislikes, our own hobbies, because two people are just travelers together, spending some time together in this particular life. So 8th verse says, give them freedom. Today, in today's world, they say give them space. There should be space between husband and wife. There must be space between two people. If two people come too close to each other, that is going to create disaster. Like that one king in the olden days, I have told this story earlier, that his son fell in love with another woman whom he didn't want him to marry her. So he told, okay, they both came. Okay, what do you know? No, we cannot live without each other. We will die if you separate us. Okay. He told, okay. Then he took one rope and tied them and put them in a room. Okay, you cannot get separated. Without each other, you cannot live. Then they were so happy, because first time they came together physically and they did all things which are possible in the first 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Then they started smelling each other. Then they cannot go to toilet. Then everything started, everything of the other person started creating irritation, frustration, hatred in them. And after maybe 4 or 5 hours, they say, I can't live with this person. And the king's objective was accomplished. I cannot even tolerate 1 second. There must be freedom of action, expression, feelings in all relationships. So a relationship is sound where both people have freedom of action they want to do, freedom of expression. There must not be suppression. There must not be silence and violence. These two words are very interesting. In a relationship, if there is silence, there is a problem. If there is violence, there is a problem. Both are dangerous. Feelings in all relationship. I must be having freedom to feel what I want to feel. I must have the freedom to express what I want to express. I must have freedom of action, what I want to do. Only then there will be harmony in relationships, Guruji says. Too much of control, too much of expectation from the others will not work. Give them freedom, space to have freedom of speech, freedom of expression, freedom of ideas, freedom of everything what they want. And today we see why there is suffering in Taliban, because Taliban is saying that women cannot study. Parents put restrictions on children that children should behave this way. Superiors say this is the rule, this is the way you should behave, and this is where you should not talk, this is where you should talk. We should teach to a particular point, but freedom is the core essence of a human being. And one of the favorite verse of Guruji is Thane Rishikeshe. Everything is perfect the way it is. People should not become, like me. They must become better version of themselves. Very important point. We must not strive to make my children, my subordinates, another person, husband, wife, like me. They must become better version of themselves. Important point to contemplate upon. I must become better version of me. You must become better version of yourself. But this, sounds and very easy to talk in 45 minutes and complete. But we see how we have so much of insistence, resistance, and expectation from people that they should do this, they should do this person must behave like this person, especially there are some people who are constantly bothered by other people's behavior. How can this person do this? How can this person say this? How can this particular person behave like this? But they are behaving like that. Sthane Rishikeshe, it is perfect the way it is happening. Either I can ignore or laugh it off, or then enjoy or walk away or deal with it or face it. What can we do? Vedji says that we must, when we deal with people, we must say, what do I want from you? What is the objective? Like he gives examples like, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, do this. No. You tell what do you want. Do not tell them the process or give too many instructions to people. Like in Marathi, they say sasu. Sasu means sarkya suchana. And soon means daughter-in-law. Suchana nako. Don't give me instruction. One of the major problem in relationship between husband and wife, daughter-in-law, mother-in-law is sarkya suchana, instructions. Do this, do this, don't do this in our time, this puja must be done like this, eating should be done like this, sitting must be done like this. Sarkya suchana means sasu. Sasu means mother-in-law. And suchana nako, the daughter-in-law says, no, I don't want any instructions from you. What do you want? You tell me. Don't tell me how to make that sambar. Tell me what kind of sambar you like, I will give you. Don't teach me. Don't give me instruction. Nobody in this world likes advices for a long time. That is a Mahavakya. Do you like? No, I don't like to be constantly advised and told by other people how to live life. I will discover myself. So we should also not give advices to people. Let people learn from their own experiences and not from our experiences. And for parents, normally I say, there are on YouTubes you can see, or in Google, something called as helicopter parenting. I'm not expanding because it's a topic. There are 4 or 5 pointers. We should not be helicopter parents. We must allow children to fly. Let them do whatever they want to do. Let them have their joys and sorrows. Let them discover their sources and stimuli of joys and sorrows. Why we should force on them that this should be like this should not be like this should be like this should not be like that. Give people freedom and space in relationship, then relationships will be harmonious. Everybody's learning pattern is different. Here also, we want other people to learn by listening or reading. Some people read by reading more. Some people by listening more. Some people by observation. Some people by doing certain things. So there are different patterns. Teach them what you want to teach them, but in a method in which they want to learn, which is a beautiful sentence. Teach them what you want to teach them, but in a method in which they want to learn. This is very important for parents and teachers and superiors and leaders in the organization. If I want to teach something, no, but I should teach somebody something. No, yes. Teach them what you want to teach them, but in a method which they want to learn. Method should be of their choice, their liking. So one example we will take and then we will close. Sachin said, my father never told me anything, but I have learned maximum things from him. What did he learn? It is written in his book. He told how to remain calm in difficult situation. I learned by just watching him. Sachin is telling, it's a beautiful book what Sachin has written, worth reading. So he said, my father never told me that how to behave, how to do batting, how to do. He never told me anything in life when I was going to play cricket or when I was going out of the country and when I was growing. He never told, but just by watching him, I learned maximum things. So one important sentence, my father never told me anything. We should follow the same thing with our children, because children don't learn when we tell them something. Children learn how we behave. But I have learned maximum things from my father. And then the questioner asks him that, what did you learn from your father? How to remain calm in difficult situation. I just learned because everybody wonders all the time that how Sachin can remain calm in such precious situations and such, life and death situations where entire country, entire team depends upon him. Very, very important point. Watch them grow, do not make them grow. Children are only through us, not for us. And they have come with their own vasanas to fulfill, and they have their own prarabdha. This is about the parenting aspect. But in that relationship also, it gets spoiled and children run away from parents or grandparents because too much of advice, too much of instructions. So with this last story, when one of the batch, they came as brahmacharis, first session, Guruji called them at 5 o'clock and told, I want to tell you something. They thought some Brahma Gyan, some Mahavakya is going to tell. He told this. He told, listen, our ashram is located in Powai, and all surrounding we have this slum area, and there is a 5-star hotel. You are going to stay here for 2 years, and there will be different noises, and loud noises will come. And no, he told that I want to give you a gift. So then he called them. And then the gift what he gave them was ear plugs, actually speaking. He told, I'm giving you a best gift what in the next 2 years, which will be useful to you. Do not complain about anything in this 2 years, what you're going to learn. Just shut your ears. I think yesterday I was reading one story about Ramana Maharshi. I think everybody knows that there was a dog he had. And this dog was very unique because he used to keep looking at Ramana Maharshi's face. And when the food was offered, from start to end, he will never eat till Ramana Maharshi eats. What kind of dog he was? Super dog. And then he will keep looking at Ramana Maharshi's face. So one day they were just going at one place in the ashram from one place to another, and another stray dog entered in that particular premises, and this dog started barking. And he was going from one point to another point, but this dog started barking. And Ramana Maharshi looked at his dog and said, you just close your eyes. And the dog actually closed his eyes because then you can't see that dog. You don't know whether that dog has come or no. And that is one of the pointers for us, is that you give them space to shout, to pass. I just close my ears and eyes and then let them do whatever they want. Sthane Rishikeshe. So one of the best gifts what brahmacharis got, they were expecting something huge like Brahma Sutra, Gita, something he will give, some Brahma Gyan. He told, no, this 10 minutes I want to give you this gift. For 2 years, this will be the best gift what you'll have. You put ear plugs in your ears and then study. So that was a last sutra in this topic called as harmonious relationships. And next, Guruji is going to take up one topic that after completing how to have harmony with people, he is going to take up one topic, how to have harmony with objects. Very interesting topic, because we have to deal with situation which he took first, then we have to deal with people, and now how to deal with inanimate objects. So that was our completion of one chapter here, harmony in relationships. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.